Hey folks, and we're in. It's another episode of Pro Pre. Totally off the cuff this episode. Steph wanted to do a episode purely based on milk. I suggested that we talk about more than just milk, but she wants to talk mainly about milk. So Steph,
purely because I miss it. Like, I kind of miss it quite a lot. So I keep getting messages about milk in coffee, because with our clients, when it comes to competition prep, through all the clients I've put through this phase, I take milk out. Why do I take milk out? And another stipulation we were just discussing there is condiments and the hidden sugars and nasties that come with those things and how the calories can all stack up. So milk, condiments, and then we were going to discuss?
We're going to talk about cheat meals and restaurants.
Sorry, we just cut out, cut back in.
And we're back. It's purely seamless. Steph said it will be perfect. So the final thing that we were going to talk about was the cheat meals and restaurants, and looking up your calories on a manufacturer's website or even on a restaurant's website. So that was the third item that was on our agenda. So Steph, do you want to start with milk? Tell us about milk. What's your take on it? And I'll chime in with mine.
Despite it being milky goodness, it tastes really amazing in your coffee, and
you can tell she's missing it. You can tell she's totally missing the milk in it.
And it's creamy and frothy and yummy, and it just sits nicely on top, and you can get your spoon and everything else. Apart from that,
do you know what I like? I like the arancino. You know, you put the milk in it, where you're an espresso and it froths up. Put it on that,
yes,
yeah, I like that.
Espresso.
I've got an arancino, it's good.
Like, lover, because we are an espresso lovers. Like,
full fat, by the way. Use your arancino for full fat for extra frothiness. Milk, that is.
See, when we're in the off season.
Oh, yeah, we'll be bossing it, yeah.
We'll just be having baths in cold milk.
Anyway, we all have great skin. So,
see that, like, tumbleweed?
Yeah, just try to be funny.
Yeah.
So, you were saying about this. With your particular clients that you're working with, you're saying to them, okay, we're going to cut out milk from your diets. That means milk in your cereal, that means milk in your porridge, milk in your coffees, your teas, milk in your protein shake. Yeah, so we're cutting them out. So why are we doing that, Steph?
Well, firstly, of course, milk has a calorie content.
It certainly does.
Whether that's semi-skimmed, skimmed, full fat, they've all got different calorie contents.
Yep.
And also, of course, the measurement of how much milk you're having can vary. You know, some people put dash in, some people put loads in.
Yep.
It's very difficult to quantify it. And when people just think, oh, I'll just have a little bit of milk, it won't do anything. But actually, that little bit of milk that you might be putting in, whether it's 30 mils, 20, 30 mils, that might be 120 calories and it's full fat. It might be a little bit less than that. But the point I'm trying to make is you can never be quite sure. And if you think about, I'm a coffee fiend, right? I love coffee, literally love it. If I'm having 3 or 4 coffees a day and all of them have got milk in it,
it adds up.
Potentially you're looking at an extra 200 plus calories there. The point I'm trying to make is hidden calories is number one.
And do you know what? Sometimes, if someone's struggling to lose weight or they're really struggling in a deficit, coffee is a go-to thing. So you're talking 3-4 cups of coffee a day. Sometimes people have another cup of coffee on top of that. That's more milk that's going in that they don't know that they're quantifying.
Yeah.
And then you're cutting calories and calories at your diet, but you can't work out. Why are you not losing weight?
Yeah.
Could easily be the milk.
Yeah.
The other thing is, when it comes to milk in the cereal in the morning, it's just an easy adaptation to make. So you can keep the full diet the same. First thing that usually comes out is the milk.
Yeah.
Really, really easy thing. Now, another thing that you've remarked on, and I've heard other people talk about in the past, is the effect that dairy has on your physical appearance. So some people are lactose intolerant, so they struggle a little bit with milk. Sometimes it gives them a little bit of a bloat as well.
Like a bloat or a film underneath the skin.
And sometimes people will follow what are called low FODMAP diets. So they'll cut out things that will potentially give them gastrointestinal upsets, e.g. something like milk potentially, and it can make a significant difference just to the way that someone's physique looks. So we're talking extra calories, but also the physical appearance and the bloat, so you can keep on top of your weight a little bit extra from there. So there's 3 points that I would sort of just make about the milk.
I notice, and this is a big reason why I take it out and why I don't have it through the competition phase, I find that I have almost like a film, particularly around the midsection when I have dairy products. It's like a kind of almost like a fluidy feeling between the skin and the muscle fascia, and it just sits there, and it's like
extracellular fluid
Yeah,
just
it's
sitting on
extracellular
top
fluid,
of
and
you.
it kind of looks like a little bit watery, but it's just a filmy, fuzzy sort of look. When you start to get down, you can really notice it. And I've experimented, like I know my body very, very well.
Yeah.
And I take it out and drink some water that day, maybe the next day, and it goes. And then I've put it back in to see if it was that, and
Yep.
it absolutely is. So that's my experience. So it's something to bear in mind.
This goes another way as well, I would just like to add. So if you're trying to gain weight, don't drink semi-skimmed milk. Drink full-fat milk.
Yeah.
It's an easy way to get extra calories in your diet, okay? So same with things like
Obviously some diets...
full-fat yogurts as well. These
Yeah.
very low-fat yogurts. If you're trying to actually gain weight, then think about it a little bit
Yeah,
like
you'll
that.
see earlier on in one of our videos, Andrew and I discuss our diets earlier on at the start of our competition
Sure.
prep. Both of us had yogurt in it, so you'll recall me getting super excited
About
Fage 0% or Fage
It's good.
low fat. It's freaking amazing. Now I had yogurt for a little while and then I dropped it out. I think it was post week 6 or whatever else.
Yep.
There may be some dairy products specified on your diet in the early stages. Some coaches might actually have these all the way through. There's not a one size fits all.
Yep.
But if you're trying to specifically quantify and manage every nutrient that's going in and out of the body,
Leave no stone unturned.
leave no stone unturned. And if you want to be sharp and on point, certain things you could swap for other things that are going to actually be a little bit more easy to digest. They're not
Yeah.
going to have the same effects, etc.
Yeah.
Just a bit of additional protein
Yeah.
and fat somewhere else in the diet, like in nuts or in chicken or whatever else, to quantify for the milk. It's probably going to be a better thing to be able to
for sure.
a variable to manage, is what I'm trying to say.
And just okay, so the other thing is people often talk about this in the same way they talk about bread. So bread sometimes a little bit bloaty, sometimes holding water, so this is another reason why people often take it out. So that's milk.
Milk, good. Condiments.
Let's talk about them then. So tell us about your condiments then, Steph.
Okay, so things that I use when I'm dieting are really easy peasy stuff, and you'll probably know the majority of them.
Flav drops, they count as condiments.
Flav drops, I put in oats and coffee sometimes.
And they add flavour to things. They're sweeteners.
Balsamic vinegar, I put a touch on my salads. Light soy sauce,
Yep.
I use sometimes on veg or a little bit of chicken on an evening. Mustard, I use a wee bit of that sometimes for just variation. Salt and pepper, of course, in abundance. Himalayan salt, pink salt is my choice, but you don't necessarily have to have that.
More of a sea salt man myself, but yeah.
Of a mist. Oh, recently we found skinny sauce. The skinny sauce have a variety of different sauces like ketchups, garlic mayos, barbecue sauce, which have absolutely nada in them. So it's kind of like a updated version of Walden Farms. Now, if anybody's had Walden Farms, I'm not a massive fan, but the skinny sauce range, oh my God, I'm devouring that stuff. I love it. But again, you just have to be careful in the quantities you're having this, because they have so many extra other rubbish in them to quantify for the fact that there's no...
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the ingredient
flavour.
lists and these sort of things, the first ingredient you often find is purified water, cellulose gums, xanthan gums in there as well, sorbitols, things like this. So you're talking artificial flavourings and thickeners that are being added, and fibres. Some of these things are going to give you a little bit of wind. Sometimes it might give you a little bit of bloat. There's sometimes a lot of salt in these things. So if you're wanting to know what you physically look like, then sometimes these can cause you to hold a little bit of water. So
Yeah,
be
I mean, have them in
conscious of
moderation.
that. So have them in moderation. Also, if you look at the calories in these sort of things, you'll find that it's normally less than 5 calories per serving on these things, but that's if you're talking about having like less than, say, a tablespoon amount.
Yeah.
So if you kick the arse out of these things, pardon my French, then you'll quite easily go really quite high on the calorie count name as well. So they're not total cheats. You can't get away with just lathering things and this sort of stuff, because you'll hold fluid, and again you might get extra calories in your diet that you've not accounted for.
Yeah.
I like hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce is a really good low calorie alternative,
Yeah.
but I'll say as well, really high in salt.
So,
Okay.
things that you need to be avoiding. Ketchups.
Yes. Definitely
You
ketchup.
know, full fat sauces.
Yep. Barbecue sauce.
Anything that's like got a lot, just sauces. Be
Light meals.
realistic. Look, you're on a competition diet.
Yep.
These things are out. They're out. They're just not
Yep.
there. So at the best of times, you know that when you put a sauce on something, you know it's going to rack up. Full fat dressings, all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
You need to be
Oils,
really
olive
careful.
oils, things like
Yeah,
this.
cooking oils. Big no unless they're specified on your plan.
Yeah. And usually it'll be a tablespoon amount, and that'll be it for cooking or
Yeah,
something.
and usually it's like coconut oil or olive oil or 1 cal spray.
It's things you can
You're
quantify.
not going to be having like, you know, nut oils and everything else, because those things are just really high in fats and everything else. So
And calories, yeah.
yeah, so that's it on sauces really.
Yeah, so just watch. You can easily, just like the milk, ramp up your calorie intake. And if you're trying to work out why you're not losing weight, could be the milk, could be the sauces. Now, the next topic we want to talk about is cheat meals and accounting for the calories that are in your cheat meals. So doing things like a refeed, for example. So this came about because we were looking at a diet the other day there for a particular athlete, and they were telling us that they consume the same cheat meal all the time, and they told us
Every
what it
week.
was every week. So we went and looked up the calories, and we went on the website and we're trying to work out, okay, well, how many calories is in this cheat meal to work it out? So
And
we
it was a restaurant website.
the restaurant website, and I looked them up, and it was okay. Well, this is the calories per 100 gram, and this is the calories per serving, and I did the math on it. I was like, those are wrong.
They're wrong, but what was even more funny is that they had carbs, fats,
That was it.
salt.
That was
They didn't
it.
have a protein content.
At all,
They
no.
didn't have any of which sugars. They didn't have any sodium. They didn't have any fiber. They had nothing.
It
They
wasn't
just
even
had-
per 100 grams
No,
either.
it
It just said like a serving.
Just like per serving.
Per pizza or something like
It
that.
was weird. It was,
But like it was like they had like, this is the total amount of calories per pizza, and then which was the calorie count, which was like 3,000 or something like that, or whatever it was, and then like the fat and the carbohydrate content that they were displaying was like the carbohydrate and fat content per
Yeah, and
per
then-
serving. So there's no way it ever adds up, and this is the full menu.
and this was on the official website of this restaurant.
Quite a large restaurant chain.
Now, obviously, to us, people who do this kind of thing, that's like pretty shocking. But you can kind of almost get the sense that restaurants have a duty, responsibility,
Yeah.
alongside like the food standards agencies and stuff, to provide nutritional information, even though actually they don't have a flipping clue themselves, because
Yeah.
variance from restaurant to restaurant or food to food
Yeah,
or chef
sure.
to chef or whatever else is going to be completely different. So it's almost like they've just thrown something up
Yeah.
that kind of hits boxes
Yeah.
but doesn't actually hit any
Of
macronutrients
course, yeah.
properly ever anywhere.
So what you've got to do is then you go out and you go and look on like a supermarket website and you try and work out, okay, well, the meal kind of looks like that. Let's go and look at some supermarket foods
Yeah,
or that particular meal and try and see if we can work out roughly how many calories in it. So I guess the thing about the cheat meal is like, if you're trying to quantify it, you're always kind of guessing how many calories are actually in it for the actual refeed. If you have the same thing all the time, then at least it's consistent in terms of the actual refeed calories you're having. But again, it's very difficult to quantify.
Super difficult to quantify.
Super difficult. So
And
just be wary.
You can imagine Dr. Chappelle here. He was like, "Oh my God, this website hasn't got any nutritional stats on it." Yeah.
Well, I was like, what even is this? Like,
And
who's
to
put
be
this?
fair, I was as well, but I was just not quite as bad.
Well, for me as well, because I teach this sort of stuff, and we've got nutritionists that we're trying to graduate through our degree programs, and then trying to get jobs for these nutritionists when they finish. These people should be going into jobs at companies like this, but instead
That actually want to get their nutrition.
yeah, exactly,
correct.
to get it correct. But instead they employ food technologists who are
Here, maybe we could be getting a lifetime's free worth of like
pizza.
food from this place.
I don't know, but we'll not name the restaurant.
Nah, we'll let you guys guess.
So, right, and on that bombshell,
So that's it. Milk, no, incomplete, unless specified.
yep,
Know the reasons why. Recap over. Condiments. Be sensible, guys. Think about
Yeah.
what you're putting on your foods. And look, it's only for a period of a few weeks in the grand scheme of things. I'm sure you'll live if you don't have some of your
Yeah,
favourite sauces
exactly.
for a bit. And thirdly,
Cheat meals.
Cheat meals, if you're having them from restaurants, don't always rely on the nutrition information because the likelihood is it's pants.
Yep, and on that bombshell, Pro Prep saying out.
You're out.